Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Just a couple things from yesterday. GME, this is a drawing I did at the end of yesterday's pre-market prep. And the point I'm trying to make is, listen, I'm not saying it all predicted the move on GME. I mean, probably goes 300 plus today. What I want to point out is the patterns, okay? And when you have... Now, I know there's a lot going on behind the scenes with GME. We got my boys over at Wall Street Bets. I love each and every one of them. We got Roaring Kitty. Sometimes just saying these things, I can't even keep a straight face, but it's a reality. We got Roaring Kitty, we got Wall Street Bets, we got Reddit. But the funniest thing, I can laugh about Reddit. I can laugh about Roaring Kitty. But the biggest laughing stock, the most ridiculous thing you should point and laugh hysterically at? Shame them. Shame them. Every single one of them. Short sellers. They should be pointed at. They should be mocked. They should be shamed. And they should be scared to crawl back under the rock they crawled out from. Because ultimately, the only reason GME spiked when it broke 240 is panic shorts. And again, I drew this at 8:41 a.m. yesterday morning. Green's the stock price. Yellow is VWAP. Says 240 up in the top corner. Post 2 p.m. And when these stocks make those moves, and listen, I don't care if this is a 2-cent stock, a 20-cent stock, a $2.50 stock, or a $24 stock. This stuff repeats, and it repeats, and it repeats. And if GME breaks 300 today, God only knows. You're probably going to see all-time highs. And vice also, if GME does break 300 and it's quote-unquote too rich for your blood, all the meme stocks are going to be moving. GME breaks 300. Off to the races. And all the meme stonks. That's another term. It just sounds so ridiculous to say. It's 2021, baby. We'll go with it. Oddly enough, a meme stock, Express. Hey, nobody hates clothing retailer. I call them old line clothing retailers. Nobody hates them more than me. There's a freaking earnings winner, man. They beat on earnings, and beat on revenue. And it's a Wall Street Bet stock. I mean, you can't make this stuff up if you tried. So at any point that this is above 4, you got to trade on Express. I'd stop out on a 4 fail, but you got an earnings winner on a relatively low float WSB stock, man. EXPR, earnings winner, in play all day, over 4. And then Zela. So I do want to point out that afternoon move on Zela. Now, we did not, I don't think I got to Zela yesterday morning on pre-market prep. We talked about it in the Steady Trade team, but I don't believe, I talked about it at noon for that high day break at 450, but yesterday morning was just so much going on. There was so much moving. So that being said, I do want to point out this whiteboard from yesterday afternoon. I mean, five times this tested VWAP and held. And again, I drew this at 10 to 4 yesterday afternoon. 450 million shares traded into the close. And it held VWAP 5 times. And then, I can't believe. Again, thanks to the lizard people, short sellers, this thing squeezes in after hour and then gaps up to 9 at 4 a.m. That's what happens. Okay. And whether or not you traded Zela, you would have had to be up at 4 Eastern. Okay. The point I'm trying to make is this afternoon, because remember, I want you to be self-sufficient. That's my goal here. This afternoon, if you got another low floater, trading 500 million shares at 3:45, and it's held VWAP 6 times through the afternoon, that's what you're looking for. That's what you want. Who knows? Today, it might be Zela. I mean, the funny thing is, Zela might be today's Zela. Okay, let's get to Q&A. Cetx, low floater, but couldn't find news. Well, it's 2021, man. I don't see any news on Cetx either. So breaking news, guys, got anything? So I don't see anything on Cetx jumping out at me. And as of right now, so this is actually a good one to bring up. AR pad. Thank you. So this is going to be a situation where I say afternoon only. Okay? Here comes boring old man with the gray beard. So why afternoon only? You got a triple top at 3 and no news. So this is almost all. Now listen, I was giving myself a way out, saying it's 2021, baby. Okay, so when I say it's 2021, baby, the point is anything can happen these days. I have never, ever seen anything like this in 15 years. But being responsible, okay, being a professional means this is an afternoon only. Even if it spikes early, because of the fact that we got no news and a triple top at 3. Okay? Hate me if you want. Okay? And here's the thing. If Cetx goes to $6 at 9:45, I'll say the same thing. But I say afternoon. Cetx VWAP holds into the afternoon. Discussed on whiteboard. MNVO. Oh, is that this that? No. MNOV. There we go. Okay, I was gonna say you tricked me. MNOV. That's the right one. 9:45 breaks over 12. Simple stuff. Breakout. Basically, other than that big one and done, you got a 52-week breakout over 12. Is a little higher float, but chlorine gas lung injury. Okay, it's kind of obscure. Pretty obscure news. I mean, chlorine gas induced lung injury. So 9:45 or later breaks over 12. I mean, just have a plan. MNOV, not my fave with this higher float and obscure news, but 9:45 dipping red. The chart is there. So I will say this. Not my favorite because of the news and the float. OBLN. Who knows what I'm going to say about OBLN? Who's been on pre-market prep for years? Well, I started a year ago. Who's been on pre-market prep for a year? Who knows what I'm going to say about OBLN? Never. Ever. Okay? There's 2 rules. And I'm gonna quote the Princess Bride. There's 2 rules you never break on pre-market prep. You never get involved in a land war in Asia, and you never, ever go long an obesity play. You gotta turn my volume up.
Oh, you fell victim to one of the classic blunders. The most famous is never get involved in a land war in Asia.
That's your post-it note for the day. Never get involved in a land war in Asia. and never go long in obesity play. BTBT is lovely. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin ripping again. BTBT in play. Can in play. Mara in play. Riot in play. VWAP holds into the afternoon based on Bitcoin. So, TLRY, I hate weed stocks. You guys know all the weed stocks. I think weed stocks are always ignores on first green day. We want to see multiple green days. You all know the cheating girlfriend, cheating boyfriend analogy. Never trust a day one move on any weed stock. So never, ever trust. There's another rule for you. A day one move on weed stocks. All right, guys, I got to run. Check out the Steady Trade team. I'll be back at 4:11 Eastern over on my personal Instagram at @tbowen, talking Market 411. New podcast dropped yesterday. Check that out over at steadytrade.com. And focus. Another day with a lot going on. So, all right. Have a good day, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bow, 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 bow.